We're here for a bench trial, we proceeding, I don't know, yes, no, maybe so.
Yes, Your Honor, my apologies, we did not.
So, Mr. Pete, you can go to the podium, you swear or affirm subject to the claims and rules of perjury, testimony, you give this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth. All right, so to begin, let me know, like, what's the, address of the property in question here?
97 Polhart,
All right, and is it currently occupied?
at least 2 people.
Okay, so currently occupied. Miller and Nelson. When did they first get in to the apartment? I mean, to the house, I'm sorry. When would they move in? When did they first start living there?
December of 2022.
Okay. And you're obviously the owner of the house, correct? Was it by word of mouth, or did you have a written lease that you executed with them? Was this by word of mouth that they moved in, or did you have a written lease?
No lease because,
How did they come to live in the house 97?
well, this was working on another property and Mr. Miller used to come out all the time. Was saying that they was staying in a hotel homeless. And he wanted to talked about renting that spot, but the rent was at a level that he said he wasn't able to pay.
Okay.
And different times he would come by. And I felt like, okay, so everybody need a second chance. I was gonna give him a chance to come. He said he worked at ABC Warehouse, at the warehouse.
Okay.
And I believe he told me Miss Nelson worked at Amazon.
All right, and that was back in December of 2024?
That's right.
So how much was the rent per month?
$1,100.
Was that inclusive of utilities and stuff? Was that inclusive of utilities, or was that just rent?
That's
Was it-
rent.
was it-
No utilities.
No utilities? Who was responsible for the utilities?
The tenants would be responsible.
Right. When did, how much are they behind right now? What's the rate right now?
$7,430 plus a $1,200-$1,300 water.
$7,430
Correct.
for rent,
For rent.
and what's the utilities behind? How much?
The last bill I got was water bill run a month behind. So, and it's averaging about $80 over there. So, last thing I wrote down was $1,329. I give you a copy of this.
Oh, no, that's fine. I wrote it down 13, so $7,430 for the rent, $1,029 for the water utility.
$1,329.
300, sorry. That's just the water bill?
It was never paid the whole time they was there.
So when was they, if you remember, when was the first late payment or the first missed payment? When did they start falling behind? I should ask it that way.
Well, I don't know if it's in the records up there, but it was erratic payments all along. That's why I never got to write the lease, because you would skip a month and then they'll come and make them and pay that month that they skipped, and the current month.
So they was always behind.
Always behind. But he did tell me they was in a homeless situation, so I was going along with that.
What was the usual form of payment? Was it cash, money order?
Cash, and he had receipts he kept up with.
So they give you cash and you give receipts.
Yes.
Did you keep receipts or no? Did you keep slips?
Yeah, I keep a copy.
You said they're currently standing there. Current utilities, And you gave them, obviously you gave them a, demand for payment. You filed the process, you filed a, non-payment, a demand of payment on against them. Summons complaint, obviously. That's, did they, give you a reason why they stopped paying, got up to 7,400 back rent?
I don't.
Which, when you asked them, what would they say?
Well, when he decided not to pay anymore, all of a sudden the place turned into a dump. And I got that place been registered with the city from day one. And it was registered during their time with his name on the inspection.
So the house was registered and there was a certificate of compliance.
Been registered for the last 11 or 12 years.
House certificate of occupancy.
That's right.
And he would mostly pay you, Mr. Miller, Ms. Nelson would you interact with Ms. Nelson or not?
Elected my page. Mr. Miller.
That's all I have. That's all I have. Yeah, makes it. Ms. Boswell, and
At the last hearing, the parties had a discussion. My client indicated that she would be able to vacate the property with them. After the hearing, she has done so. At the last hearing,
So who, wait. So Ms. Nelson has vacated?
yes, Ms. Nelson has vacated. I have been trying to get in contact with plaintiff since that date, but I have not received any correspondence. I sent both via mail and I attempted to call plaintiff as well. We did have a discussion. My client does have the key. At this time, we've been trying to give possession back to the plaintiff for quite some time at this point. So because my client has vacated the property and this is a non-criminal friend matter, we would request that this case be dismissed against my client.
But there's still probably a money judgment against it.
There was no money judgment filed.
So you just know Miss Nelson, you don't know Mr. Miller is done, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I will represent Miss Nelson.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna cut you off, but I'm gonna have you step up to ask question, extra question. All right. Bring up the sun at the point. Like you say, it's a complaint for non-payment of rent. Yeah, it's a complaint for non-payment of rent. Demand for possession for non-payment.
Yes, Your Honor. My client was an occupant of the property up until January 13th. She can testify to that as well. The dealings with the payments and the agreement, a verbal agreement, it seems, was made between plaintiff and Mr. Miller. My client never had any discussion with plaintiff and has not.
But did she live there?
Yes, she did, Your Honor.
That established residency. And so they like everything. Well, she's gonna be liable for some of this money as well. Well, going to sell it liable. She stayed there.
Your Honor, to find out if there was no one there's filed, I did ask, I did clarify that at the last hearing with plaintiff. However, if there,
Well, that's fine. I mean, you can always come back with a civil suit, so, I mean, that's fine. You can always come back with a, I think it's like too big for small claim. Something like the general suit. Anything else?
Your Honor, lastly, we would just like to request dismissal on behalf of my client, Ian Nelson only, as she does have to be here, she has been paid.
Mr. Miller, Mr. President. Please raise your right hand. Swear or affirm subject to the pains and penalties of perjury, testimony given this court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes,
All right, you may put your right hand down, so. You live at the 97 Omar address, is that correct?
yes,
Are you still there?
yes,
Okay, and you have not paid rent?
correct.
All right, and you and Miss Nelson lived there with you, is that correct?
Yes, she did.
The entire time, correct?
Yes, up until they had a conversation on whatever.
And you don't disagree that you owe back rent on this case more than 3 months, is that correct?
Yes, no, I don't know. Your Honor, I got right here, a department, the certificate of compliance from the state, from the city, building department, showing that Mr. Pete has not been complying with his houses and all that. He got water leaks in our basement.
Yeah, I'm only concerned about 97 Omar, has it been
This is
registered?
what I'm talking about. This is the resident.
When, did you ever bring that to his attention?
Yes, numerous of times.
Did you go to the city about it?
Actually, Mr. Pete was supposed to handle it when the weather broke. This is what he told the city workers.
Okay, what is this time frame you're referencing?
Like I said, we moved in December 16th or 17th because he kept prolonging. And then he told her, she came like a week later, the city inspector. And he told her when the weather break, and I wasn't in that conversation between them. And he never did nothing. Here it is over a year later. And I got a Michigan state law stating that the property is inhabitable. We have mold in the basement, on the rafters and on the walls. We have water leaking through the foundation of the basement. The roof is leaking, the roof leaks. That's the state code in city ordinance. So I got all this right here if you would like to see it, if I can approach the bench. I just got it from the city this morning.
Stay right there. Okay.
Mr. Pete, in our house alone, or my house, Mr. Pete is 17 codes behind. And got me not to ask for some money. This is my freeze on stopping. I do have the state laws printed out if you need me to recite them.
Let's see this.
It's been leaking water through the basement wall since 2003. In the roof. It's on there, it's documented. I have the numbers to both of the inspectors who inspected from 2003 to 2005 when I moved in.
Like uncorrected, and I said, a lot of the stuff is incorrected, okay. Yeah, sick. So,
Michigan state law addresses mole residents and residents for a landlord to obligate, maintain a safe and
Right.
habitable.
right, I understand that, sir. 1 second.
Okay.
So I mean, the most I could probably do is from the violation date on up to abate the rent, but however, you stayed in there when he was compliant with, because the only thing that's, the only thing I see that's uncorrected violations begin in, November 6, 2025. So let's just say from November 6, 2025 on to now, he didn't correct anything. Prior to that, it seemed like he corrected everything because it says,
No, sir, I have pictures. But we.
hold on 1 second, because it says corrected. So if we look at this, it says initial inspection 11/21/24 corrected, replace or repair missing globes on all fixtures, make sure all lighting fixtures are covered, corrected. They came out on December 23rd, 2024, he didn't comply. And then on January 24th, 2025, it says locked out. But then on February 11, 2025, it says comply. So the issues that they cited on 11/21/2024, they signed off as being complied and completed on February 11, 2025.
Okay, Your Honor.
So that's about a few months after y'all moved in there.
Can I talk? Can I speak, sir? If you,
This page missing
if
something.
you look at the bottom of it, it's stating some of the repairs that needed done in 2004 and 3. I wasn't there in 2003 and 4. The walls, it says the foundation and basement wall has water leaking through it. I got pictures right now here today, 2005. The water is still coming through the walls in the basement. I woke up this morning, went and put a load of clothes in the washer, and the whole basement is bagged up. So now I gotta pay somebody to snake the basement. This morning, the same results. It's at the bottom in small print, hole in wall, hole in roof.
I see this. I see the 11/6/2025 one.
Okay, it should be one,
And then 12/4/2025 not complied. January 5th, 2026, it was canceled. And then I see a comment saying going through an eviction, next schedule is March 30th, 2026.
hold on, sorry. Take go to what you call it. Sorry about that, John. First time. Going through this, but we'll make it clear.
Yeah, violation of basement wall, located repair leaks the basement wall, possibly mold on basement wall and ceilings, bathroom sinks, steel area between back of backsplash and wall area must be watertight, cable or speaker wire. Please remove all unused cable or speaker wire in the basement. This page right here. Then caulking, okay, so this must be your page are all over the
I
place.
know it, I'm sorry, apologize
So
for
how about we staple this together, but this is like he goes. That's awesome. All right, so I mean. We can,
Because where I'm coming with it, John, is You know, I'm not disparaging, and I didn't intend for us to get here. But Mr. Pete denied us lease that he sit here and just committed perjury against y'all. We signed a one-page lease when we first moved in. And here he is talking about we didn't have a lease agreement.
Page lease.
Hold on 1 second, calm down. Calm down,
See, yeah,
calm down.
see. So he's sitting here committing perjury. It's been lies ever since we moved
Do
in.
you have that page?
He was supposed to give us a copy, and it's some business got tied up with him, and he never received it. Then, when we got late behind on rent in September, I've been paying cash in September, even though I have been late. But he was up to date till September, and I asked him for a copy of the lease so I can receive help, and he denied me the lease. On top of all this of what I'm going through, the ceiling was leaking the other day when it snowed melted. I got pictures of all of this.
All right, so here's the deal. Let's say possession. We'll come back to that in a second. It's a possession case.
I understand.
I mean,
He would get his house back, but
with all of these issues, why do you want to say that?
I don't. But I want him to understand that he's been illegally renting out a house. He was not, state law said he was not supposed to accept rent or deposit for a house that was not up to code. And I have it right here. And he's been rent in, accepting our deposit. But now he's talking like he don't know my name. I've been helping him fix up the house.
So as we stand here now, there are outstanding issues or violations with the houses that has not been corrected.
I'm filing for a motion for a lawsuit as well, because I need my money back.
So, right, is there anything else? So what you're saying is you paid every month?
Yes, I got receipts. $10,800.
Let me see the receipt.
Like I say, state law said he should not accept any security deposit or rent for a house that's not up to code. I would like my $10,800 back.
Four.
It started at 12. I might have messed them up, but they was in order. 12/16.
Where's your C1? Don't have anything for September.
That's when I reached out to him. I was receiving unemployment at the time. And some went wrong with my unemployment.
I see one dated 7/15/23. Is that wrong? Yeah, should be 25. Because I see from 7/1/25 to 7/30/25.
He must have wrote it wrong here.
Yeah, he wrote wrong.
Yeah, but so, that's when he had came talking about, well, no. I had texted Mr. Pete and told him, when it was time for rent, I was waiting on my unemployment. They sent me a letter, said something had went wrong, and he's investigating. Mr. Pete reached out to me. I told him what was going on. Even sent him a picture of the letter. Mr. Pete, I'm trying to be honest. I'm gonna get your money to you, like always. Then next thing you know, Mr. Pete, next month, Mr. Pete said, I'm writing the eviction. I'm like, dang, Mr. People, I told you I was waiting on these people to come with my employment. I'm gonna pay you money, man. I ain't out here trying to live for free.
That's all I need. Everything, thank you.
Thank you.
You are, all right. One last word, you step to the party, Mr. People. You got to say,
Nothing, this labor is very against those, receipts.
okay,
You'll see what we have.
it's an approach. Yeah,
And this is the inspection, certificate of occupation from the city for the year that you live.
So this expiration date on this was 10/8/25 on this registration. It doesn't tell me when it started. Yeah, but it says expiration date 10/8/25, so do you have an updated registered, rental compliant?
The city inspect, rental registration is every 3 years.
Right, this one is expired though.
Expired, yes, and that was expired 10/25 from the previous 3 years. And then it was time to renew it, and I paid the $100, or I can give you that. I paid the $100 for them to come back and re-inspect, and that's where that other list come from,
Okay,
yeah.
the violation list? Okay.
Yeah, the violation list, it comes from that inspection. Because it was time to, we paid for 3 more years. And I paid that, and that, it came out and did the inspection, that's what created that last list, saying, of the different things that was on it.
Yeah, we was living in a house before the city code inspector even came.
Hold on a second. We have Mr. Good all the way up to. Stand on the tenant balance side of there. So he started off, it seemed like 750, got it all the way down to $490 back in August is what he owed the balance. So to be fair,
Yeah, can I talk? Approach the public?
to be fair, I think the rent should be abated from December to this month, 3,300. Because the house is out of compliance. So that's $3,300. Oh no, we gotta do the math on the water bill. That was really bad.
Yeah, can I come?
Oh, we put the pressure button. I don't know for a second.
Yes, we had, another situation, with the other judge, on the water bill. Mr. Pete, when we moved in the house and signed the lease, Mr. Pete told us to put the gas and the electric in on it. I'm new to rent a home. I didn't know that the water bill going in there. It's been up to, Mr. P has just come to evict us that he talking about we supposed to pay the water bill. This was not on the lease. He has not presented, he has breached the lease contract because he printed another one. He told the judge he would make another lease out of nowhere. Well, what happened to the lease that we signed? He not came up with no lease. It's just been chaotic after chaotic after chaotic. He denied us a lease. He making up other leases. He won't approach the lease that we legally signed. And then he tried to add on $40 that, as you can see on my receipts, he's not charging us late fees, but he got a paper saying $40 on every late fee. You study adding and adding and adding. He's adding. That's all.
That's what I'll do. This expired.
And he had the water bill. That's what I came up here for. He had a prior water bill for a month or two before we moved in. I can't remember the amount, but it was a prior water bill, couple $200 or $300, so on the water bill.
Let's do the math. So it expired. This expired.
You know,
Hold on a second. So 31 days in October gives us what? 1,100 divided by 10. I mean, 1,100 divided by 31. 35 and 48 cents per day. Let's take it. Let's so 31 minus 8. 23 days times 23. So 816.04 is the data from October all the way to now, present. So the house is not in compliance, rather. There's no certificate of compliance. And you have a laundry list of violations that affect the habitability of the house. I mean, if we don't get in the rental game, we're gonna do this thing right. February 2020. And it's still not, but here's still. I think this business relationship should end. November, December, January, February. That's $4,400. So you're asking for, I don't know what's water bill. I mean, it was never paid, so you're gonna have to pay some on that water bill. Not the entire thing, but you have to pay some. 400.
now can I approach?
816 plus 0.4 equals. So $5,216.04 is gonna be taken off the arrearages. So again, you're not in compliance with the law, so you can't legally be collecting rent. So, Mr. Miller, respectfully, I'm done.
Okay.
So that's $2,213.96. Mr. Miller owes on rent and Ms. Nelson, to be honest, but I mean, I don't know how y'all can figure that out.
I don't,
But then the water bill. So the water bill was never paid since December 2024. So it's been 15 months now, 2024. 2025 was 12 months. And January, February, 14 months. We're just gonna do an average of 1329 divided by that. I don't know how much what was in arrears, I don't know, what you walked into, what he didn't pay prior to you moving in. I have no information on that.
I understand. But like, I was just trying to figure out,
So you, let's see. It's the rent, water. 1329 total. Divided by 14 months. It gives us $94. And I think you said about 80 something dollars, $88 was close to it, but one. All right, so you take off October to now. That's 5 months. So we multiply 94, 93 times 5. It's 474 off that bill. 474.65. Subtract that from 1329. So that's $854.35. So now Mr. Miller will owe $854.35. That's $2,213.96. That's $3,068.31. I think that's fair and equitable. I can't have a house that's not in compliance with Pontiac's landlord tenant laws to say, hey, judge, I'm not in compliance with the law, but I still owe this money. That's not how that works. So, at the end of the day, I will give you possession, Mr. Pete, of the property. There's no money judgment in this, but you know, you have that wasn't no money judgment, but the paperwork that was filed. Yeah, it was just the evict. So it's paying through 8/30. So he was paid through 8/30/2025, according to your complaint. He just had to pay for September moving forward. So the money due was, at that point, was $995.41 for water bill. Okay, so he was paid up, according to your complaint, on August 30th, 2025. Because it says right here, 5, the plaintiff has the right to possess the property for non-payment of rent. Rental rate, $1,100 per month, payable on the first of the month. Rent is paid through August 30th, 2025. Total rent due now is $2,200, which was 2 months behind on the date that you filed this in October. And for some reason, I guess it continues to go. So October was 10th. October was 2,200. I'm gonna make sure I get this right. 2,200. Now it's for September and October. November, December, another 2,200. then another 2,200 for January and February. So second, he just owe you for the water bill. Satisfied, I've seen the receipt. And like I said, the money you're asking for in September, you may can get September and a little October because you still were in compliance. But the 4,400 for November and December, you can't get. November, December, January, February, you can't get. So you can get 2,200. You can get, I'm sorry, 1,100 for September. And then, for October, you can only get the 8 days in October. We computed that at 3548 times 8, which is $283.84. So that's 13,884 for the rent. And then the water bills, I said that it wasn't paid for a long time, so you can get all of that up to all the way up to October for that. So, but possession goes to you. I was just working out the math to see if you could collect, but I think it's a wash, to be honest. So, how long does he have before he needs to move, Mr. P?
I understand in the court allowed 10 days.
So 10 days. So 10 days, Mr. No, that gives us Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
If not out by then, we can file an application in order to evict. I'll say the 17th because the 16th is the President's Day in February, so. Yeah, so you're all set. Is there anything else?
Your Honor, it's my defendant. I didn't.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Your Honor, as to Ms. Nelson,
Can you go to the podium, please? So, yes. Go ahead.
Your Honor, as to Ms. Nelson, she dismissed from the case.
I mean, she's already out. I mean, it's a move at this point. Just give the keys over, right? I guess, yeah. She's already out. Just surrender the key back over to Mr. Pete. Do you have that key with you, right? Is that the only key?
Yes, Your Honor, that's the only.
Or her, that she has? I don't
Yes.
have the key.
One last thing,
Yes.
one last time, Yana, I was wondering, when I receive copies before I leave or whatever, cause I didn't receive your last letter about me coming before. I called and talked to the court and I don't know if they mandated and wrote it down. They said my letter was sent back to the courthouse.
Is it to the 97 Oakmont?
Yes, so I'm trying to figure out how did that occur. Now, wait,
How that occurred, I don't. We e-file everything. I don't see nothing that comes from the mail. Everything I get is on the screen is e-file, so we'll talk downstairs and figure out how to, do you have another mailing address or
yes,
is that the only, what's a backup mailing address? We'll send it to that address.
37,
1 second. Okay, go ahead.
37 North Marshall.
37 North Marshall.
I'm like Michigan 48342.
Okay. See, 37 North Marshall. Okay. We'll change the address and have to send there.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, so we got possession, Mr. P. We can file an application in order to hook on the 17th and then out by then, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Excuse me.